Hey, what's going on, y'all? Jay from JSFILMZ. Now, in this video, we're going to be taking a look at the Lenovo Legion Pro 7i laptop, which has an RTX 4090. And we're going to be taking a look at it in NVIDIA Omniverse. So as you all know, I'm going to be pretty much testing this out with all of my softwares and programs that I use. And the first one we're going to be taking a look at is NVIDIA Omniverse USD Composer. So here I am. I have a little photorealistic scene here that I just kind of kit bashed together with some grass, some ivy, some castle rock scanned, and we have an animated camera. But really what I wanted to do is just kind of play around in here to see what kind of performance we're getting. And to be honest with you, with this photorealistic scene right here, this is real time. I honestly can't believe I'm running this on a laptop right now, and I'm able to get this much. Now, granted, this is using DLSS technology right now. So if I go to render settings, you're going to see that we have frame generation on. So if I turn this off, you're going to see that we're going to start hurting in there about 14 frames per second. But we have DLSS 3 right here with frame gen, which allows us to really work in here. Without it, I wouldn't be able to move in this scene, because this scene, even though it's really small, it's pretty darn photorealistic. Okay, this is insane here. Now, for the super resolution, USD Composer has DLSS and DLAA, so you can see right here. But for this right here, we'll go to balance real quick, just kind of check it out, because that's my favorite right there. I am still able to move in here with the lighting and everything. And then if we go to quality, we're going to lose some FPS. If I'm just editing, adding props, or, moving the camera around, I really don't need to see that in high quality, even with my big computer. So set this to performance and then, render it whenever it's ready. But this is definitely workable right here. So you can see the RTX 4090 laptop GPU has 16 gigs of VRAM. This is using 8 right now, so about 6.3 available. Again, I did not go easy on this scene. We're talking high quality grass, some photo scan assets in here. So that's the actual performance itself in the editor. I know some people like seeing that. Okay, so what I'm going to do is just play this back real quick, just kind of show you how it performs in editor. Now, this is running real-time ray tracing. All right, so this is photorealistic in editor, so you can see it looks incredible for a freaking laptop. This is probably, I think, the most powerful laptop out right now. If not, it's one of the most powerful laptop out. It's pretty beastie. So yeah, we're about 23, 24 frames per second right now in editor. And this is running pretty nice. All right, so what we'll do here is we'll do a test render just to see what it looks like. Go to Windows, rendering movie capture here, and I have a setup of 1920 by 1080. We'll try 1080p first, and 0 to 1000 is okay. And what we'll do is I'll capture the sequence right now. I'll minimize this so you can see. So this is going to be rendering 1001 frames in roughly 50 seconds-ish. Again, this is 1920 by 1080, and it's running real-time ray tracing. Okay, so about a minute some. And then what I'll do is I will check out the render. So I'm going to go to the open file browser right here. I'll open up a render. We did render it in PNG, so you can kind of see it right away. So here is the first frame. And then this again is on 1920 by 1080. And it rendered in legit like 1 minute and a couple of seconds. So that's that. All right, so let's minimize this. And I'll just delete this all, because again, we're not going to stop there. And what I'll do is I'll turn off frame generation here, and I'll set this to DLAA. And same exact thing, we are just going to capture that sequence. All right, so that rendered about 4 minutes and 30 seconds, obviously a lot longer because I did turn off frame gen and we swapped it to DLAA. But as you can see right here, Even zooming in at 1920 by 1080p, this is pretty darn sharp. So what I'm going to do next is try to render this in 4K resolution. I have no idea if this is going to work or not. To be honest, I haven't tested it out, but let's just see if it can render, and if it does, how long will it take. So same exact settings, and let's go capture this sequence. Now usually with laptops, you are not going to be able to render a 4K animation, so I'm pretty curious with this one. Alright, so it's going to look like it is going to render at 4K, and it's going to take about 55 minutes or so. It's averaging about 3.28 seconds per frame, which is not too bad. And if I go now to our folder, alright, so it's still rendering, but let's take a look at the image here. And yes, it is much sharper. It looks much better even on a 1440p monitor right here. I can tell you that the textures over here is a lot sharper. At 4K resolution, it's going to take, let's see here, about 47 minutes to render. Real-time ray tracing. This is pretty insane. To be honest, I didn't know if it was going to work. But it looks like, as far as NVIDIA Omniverse Composer USD, as far as this scene that I made right here, it looks like you can use it in editor, and you can also render up to 4K resolution. And again, each scene is going to be different, but if you know me, I usually create small scenes or small sets whenever I'm creating animations versus building huge sets, because obviously when you're rendering, it's going to take a lot more power. It is much better and efficient if you create smaller scenes like this one. With that being said, that's pretty much it for this video. A quick test on the Lenovo Legion Pro 7i and NVIDIA Omniverse Composer. I'll see y'all on the next one. Peace out.